Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger is the 43rd Super Sentai series and the 4th one to be themed around dinosaurs. The series that came before were Q Ranger and Lupin Ranger vs. Powder Ranger, which were two very experimental series for Sentai that didn't make as much money as Bandai and Toei wanted them to. So they decided to go back to basics with dinosaurs, though the additional night theming added some extra flavor to an overused but cool Sentai motif. There was a rumor when this series was trademarked that it would be about Dragon Knights rather than Dinosaur Knights, and I'll let you imagine the amount of salt Sentai fans had when the truth was unveiled. When this series was airing, there was a lot of talk if Sentai was going to end, and currently there's still a lot of talk about that every year due to declining sales. Frankly, I'm not going to jump to conclusions why Sentai toy sales are declining because I'm not the target audience of Japan and it would be irresponsible to speak for people I don't know about. But I will do what I normally do with every show and talk about the successes and failings of Ryusoulger. Ryusoulger stars Ko, Melto, and Asuna, knights of the Ryusoul tribe who are the current users of the Ryusoulger powers. When the tribe's mortal enemies, the Druidon tribe, come back from space, it's up to the Ryusoulgers to fight them and defend the humans of Earth in the process. As the first half progresses, more knights join the trio, including the duo of Towa and Bamba, with Canalo of the Sea tribe joining later. As for how the characters function individually, Ko, aka Ryusoul Red, might be a hot-blooded optimistic red, but there's something about him that's just built different. Instead of loudly jumping up and down, Ko's naivety translates to brute force, which is shown in his various fight scenes where he rampages on his opponent, and in the first episode where his first instinct in seeing a human discover him is to wipe out her memory with a comically large hammer. Ko's aggression is actually given context in episode 26, where we learned that in his youth he couldn't control his aggression until he found kindness with his friends. However, his full force aggression comes back briefly thanks to a powerful foe, which makes Ko doubt his growth. I found this conflict really relatable and well done as someone who has struggled with controlling their own anger. Yes, sometimes we might fall back into old habits, but we've still grown a lot since then and can get out of that slump easier than before. Asuna, aka Ryusoul Pink, is the aggressive yet cheery muscle of the team. She's a fun character who gets some great one-off focus stories and supports Ko in trying times, though I don't think she gets a standout arc in the series, even when her dead master comes back, which is a shame because her personality is really fun. Melto, aka Ryusoul Blue, is the brains of the group, and that's really about it. He starts off a bit condescending, but he quickly grows out of it, leaving him with not many interesting traits or moments on his own. Towa, aka Ryusoul Green, is my favorite of the Ryusoulgers. He is an adorable scamp who may be cocky, but has his heart in the right place, though I don't have much to say about him other than that. Bamba, aka Ryusoul Black, is the stoic loner of the group that starts off wanting to kill the victims of the week that are spying the Minosaurs instead of curing them after being jaded by past events like his master supposedly betraying the Ryusoul tribe. He eventually grows from this mindset, but stays separate from the other Ryusoulgers for a while, doing his own thing to fight the threat while still lending assistance to the team. He's a likable dude who gets a lot of wholesome moments after his redemption. Then we get to Canalo, aka Ryusoul Gold. I do not like this guy at all. He's an annoying womanizer who's looking for a wife so he can repopulate his tribe, but I just don't like that kind of plot. It's at the forefront of almost every one of his darn focus episodes. I want to like him. His suit and power set are so cool, but his personality is a big turnoff for me. Moving from the worst character to the best character, we have the rival knight Guy Sword. His identity is a mystery for a bit, till it's revealed to be Nada, an apprentice of Master Red from the Ryusoul tribe who failed to become a Ryusoulger. He took the Guy Sword armor out of a need for power, but the armor started consuming him as it became a wild agent of chaos. I think what makes Nada work so well is that his actor brings this realistic chill vibe to his character when he's hanging off the Ryusoulgers before the twist, so when the twist does hit that he's Guy Sword, it hits much harder. The Ryusoulgers eventually purify the armor as Nada becomes part of the team for all of one episode before dying to a powerful foe, and using the Guy Sword armor to create Max Ryusoul Red, which admittedly is one of the best suits in the Super Sentai franchise, so it's not a total loss. That was a great episode, don't get me wrong, but it's so oddly paced in the story. Why go through the trouble of making Nada part of the team just to kill him an episode later? Maybe have Nada die to purify the armor and then have the next episode mourning his death while using the remaining armor to create Max Ryusoul Red to make the pace better? It's still a series highlight, I just think it could have been handled a tad better to make it flow more naturally. Then we have Sato, aka Ryusoul Brown. What the hell is the point of you? He's not that great of a mentor, especially because he shows up halfway through the story and it doesn't really do much when he does show up, and his transformation to Ryusoul Brown is just an unfunny joke and a very serious final arc. He's pretty much the embodiment of all of Ryusoulger's wasted potential. As for the villains, I think they bring some of Ryusoulger's strongest moments. King Joy and Gachirus, while having cool designs, aren't really noteworthy, but Carrion is a funny gremlin child, Precious is quite intimidating with their powerful moveset, and Wizero is so much fun with his show-off personality. The moment where he does a Greatest Showman parody, which got released as as its own song later is freaking amazing and definitely the best moment of the series. Even the monsters of the week have a cool concept behind them, with each dinosaur coming from a side character of the week being infected by Kirion slime, which makes the interactions with that side character more meaningful to the plot of the episode. Though towards the later half of the series, inanimate objects get infected more than humans, which is fine, but the first concept was more engaging. Then there's the crazy final 2 episodes where this huge twist of the final villain gets revealed that I'm not going to spoil, and it's just whoa! Honestly, it might be worth it just to go through the entire show just to watch those final 2 episodes, because there's something special. As for the show overall, I'm very mixed on Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. On one hand, the action scenes are very dynamic, especially with the added flavor of the various armor powers. Most of the characters have fun personalities, and when it hits a good storyline, it's a really good storyline. On the other hand, Canalo is annoying, most of the cast is underdeveloped, and despite having all these grand, ambitious ideas, it really only stuck the landing with a couple of them. I understand why this series has its die-hard fans and really admire its ambition, but unfortunately, I'm not one of them, and I just didn't enjoy myself as other Sentai series. There's still a lot of good to find in it, so I'd still say to give it a watch at some time. Who knows, maybe you'll find some great stuff I didn't.